all call, I got some buzz like honey. Then they check the Spotify and they looking at me funny. I don't blame you, dog, that's how this shit goes. Same two paths, we just pick different roads. Glue on the safe, I just stuck to the code. Now they tell me that I'm driven, bro, I already drove. This that shit to make them all go dummy. Now I got bread, they all want something from me. Showing like pros, man, I told them that it's money. And I own my own bars, just like it's always sunny. Ugh, thought she said something to me. We were never friends, told them I am not your buddy. Now they all call, I got some buzz like honey. Then they check the Spotify and they looking at me funny. I don't blame you, dog, that's how this shit goes. Same two paths, we just pick different roads. Glue on the safe, I just stuck to the code. Now they tell me that I'm driven, bro, I already drove. This that shit to make them all go dummy. Now I got bread, they all want something from me. Showing like pros, man, I told them that it's money. And I own my own bars, just like it's always sunny. Ugh, thought she said something to me. We were never friends, told them I am not your buddy. Now they all call, I got some buzz like honey. Then they check the Spotify and they looking at me funny. I don't blame you, dog, that's how this shit goes. Same two paths, we just pick different roads. Glue on the safe, I just stuck to the code. Now they tell me that I'm driven, bro, I already drove. This that shit to make them all go dummy. Now I got bread, they all want something from me. Showing like pros, man, I told them that it's money. And I own my own bars, just like it's always sunny. Ugh, thought she said something to me. We were never friends, told them I am not your buddy. Now they all call, I got some buzz like honey. Then they check the Spotify and they looking at me funny. I don't blame you, dog, that's how this shit goes. Same two paths, we just pick different roads. Glue on the safe, I just stuck to the code. Now they tell me that I'm driven, bro, I already drove.
What up, people? What up, people? Man, what up, people? I'm back. Your boy is Bizak in DC. As you guys can see, the setup is here. I'm back here, and I got a lot to talk to y'all about. I got a whole lot to talk to y'all about. So we about to see what's up. Now look, I've been trying to stream a lot more lately. I've been trying to stream IRL. You know what I'm saying? AKA where I'm inside, or not inside, in real life. And I just feel like, I just haven't been able to find that rhythm that I really enjoy, or the rhythm that I'm really trying to get going. So that's where we at with it. I've been ripping and running all over Las Vegas. I went to Las Vegas for an entire week. I don't know why I decided to go to Vegas for an entire week, but I did. I went to Vegas for an entire week. There was a lot that happened out there, but I mainly went out there to help celebrate a graduation for my best friend's daughter's graduation. She graduated from high school, and her name is Trinity, and she's now about to go forward and do great things in life. So I was really proud of her. I had to make sure I go out there and be able to be a part of the celebration and hang out with family and stuff like that. So, but at the same time, it is Vegas, so I tried to get outside a little bit and enjoy myself a little bit and not try and do too much, but just enough. So that's what happened. Man, look, I know. Look, so in the process, let me get my sandwich together. But in the process, I found myself, this is pretty good. I found myself trying to figure out how to perfect my streaming stuff. Because streaming is not easy, and streaming seems to be like the new wave right now. It's where everyone seems like they're going. It definitely seems that's where everybody's going. Everybody's going to start streaming, so. Mary Kay, hold on. Give me a second. You said, are there a lot of professional women who aren't gold diggers in Houston, Texas, like it is in DC? You said, are there a lot of professional women who aren't gold diggers in Houston? No. There are some women there who are professional, who got their own careers, who ain't out here trying to get a bag out of a man just for dating him, or basically being paid. They're not trying to be paid to be a girlfriend. But it's so hard to find them because Houston is so overly saturated with those type of women. It's just, it's hard to find it. So I can't sit here and just be like, no, you can't, you ain't gonna find it. But it's just hard to find it. But if you're willing, if there's, you know, being a guy out there, if you're willing to want to go through all of the shifting through a lot of trash to find exactly what you're looking for in Houston, then by all means do it. You can find it. I just don't feel like it's worth it. Now, if you plan on making Houston or anywhere, any place that's like Houston that has a lot of people turning dating into a for-profit business, if you are in any one of those type of cities, then yeah, you can. It's, you know, you can make any one of those cities your home. You just got to understand what you're dealing with. Is all I'm saying. You got to know that it's gonna be real hard, real tough out here in these streets to be trying to find somebody to fall in love with you. But in reality, you got to be careful about the whole falling in love part, because people in them cities, they like feed off of that, and that's what they're looking for you to, you know, get love struck off of looks. Man, you know what's crazy? The delay between you leaving that comment and me seeing it on the back end. Like, if it wasn't for me seeing the chat on the screen, bruh, that would be really bad. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Now look, I may have worn out my notification system because I streamed multiple times. I was trying to perfect this whole IRL thing, man, with a phone, and I don't know. I still don't think it's the way I want it to look. Like, streaming when I'm at home with my setup here, it'd be popping. It'd be popping. You know, the quality's here. I got the chat going. We can talk and stuff like that. I can share the screen, which I plan on doing later because we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. Let me share everything going, actually. Yeah, I can share the screen. I can even set it up for, like, IG reactions, all kind of stuff. But I can't do that type of stuff on my phone, so I think I'm going to go back to making sure that the streaming part, the part where I'm sitting here and you guys have access to me and we could talk, I want to go back to making that like my main thing. And then when I'm out and about, shoot videos and edit those. Did you have a hard time finding a good girlfriend that was attractive in Houston, or was it and that was loyal? For the most part, no. And then at the same time, yes. Because I feel like attractive women in Houston, you know, I feel like they want to be loyal, but in reality, they got so many options smacking them in the face every day that if you're not accelerating successfully, you know, in a fast pace, like, they'll give you a chance. Put it this way, they'll give you a chance. They'll try to work with you, but if they feel like you're not moving fast enough, then, you know what I'm saying, they might just move on and try to explore other options because they feel like they don't have time to waste. And a lot of women in Houston don't believe in trying to, like, help men build. They'd rather you already come built. You know what I'm saying? Is it true that DC got some bad Nigerian, Ethiopian women? If that's true, why are you not trying to holler since you balling out with your bread? Who said I was balling out with bread? Well, I never said I was balling out with bread. I'm chilling. There are some pretty beautiful, for the ones that I've seen, there's definitely some beautiful Ethiopian women out here. I don't know that much about the African, Ethiopian, or whatever culture. So I don't even know where to go to start even trying to find Africans and Ethiopians. Like, I just run across someone on accident, to be honest with you. I've been to like a pool party or two where there was quite a few beautiful Ethiopians out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what up, Hakeem? I'm back, bro. What's good? But yeah, I don't know where to go to find Ethiopian women. But you said that a lot of people are struggling in Houston. So if you make good money like me and I work as a nurse, then the competition should be low, right? Yeah. Well, yes, because in reality, then you're doing better than the majority of the people in Houston. But no, because I know I keep seeming like I'm like agreeing and disagreeing, but the real answer is yes. Yes, you will be ahead. But I just want you to be aware of that. There's a lot of people in Houston pretending like they're rich. There's a lot of flashy, pretending like they richness going on in Houston, and people will like they have perfected it. They are really good at pretending like they're rich out there, even though they could pull up to the club and have only about $100 or $200 to their name in general, and make you think that they got, you know what I'm saying, 100,000 in the bank because they got jewelry that they done bought, you know, from online and got it custom made at different stuffs around the store. They making payments on their jewelry. You know, they were able to finesse and get like a CPN or some type of business loan in order to get the vehicle that they're driving when they really don't got a legit business, but somehow they finessed it. Like, they know people in the city that can help them with certain things in life, and everyone has kind of like made themselves look larger than life because there's everywhere you go in Houston, the Houston culture in the club scene is flashy. In the hip hop culture club scene is very flashy. If you go to like, you know, places like The Address, if you go to places like Space Houston or even 5015, even though it's an older crowd, you gonna see a whole lot of chains. A lot of dudes wearing chains, a lot of dudes walking up and like, oh, appreciate you, Southern Purchase. When you gonna have Ash on the live? She kind of thick. Man, Ashley is back in Vegas, and I just got back to DC earlier this morning. Then I went straight to work, and now I'm off of work, and I'm addressing y'all. Ashley been wanting to come on the live. We were supposed to do. She was on the live. Put it this way, Ashley was on the live in Vegas. We all went bowling on my when I was doing like an IRL stream. We went bowling, but I'm really not feeling, bro. Like, I'm not liking the way my IRL streams are looking. I feel like they look a little like, you know, not as high. They're not as quality as how things look when I'm streaming like here, like, you know what I'm saying, with the computer. So I've even been thinking it to go as far as like, may even start bringing my laptop with me to wherever I go, so I can just kind of do like a makeshift like little quality version, like, you know, bring my laptop and my camera. Then maybe I could start setting up places that I'm at and have like a station at the places that I'm at, even though I know that's not really IRR for real, but you know what I'm trying to say. Little Ethiopia, 9th and U Street, Northwest, is where the Ethiopians chick be at. What? 9th and U Street? Oh, you know what? That's where I go. I went to this place called MK Lounge. Hold on, let's look this up, y'all. Because y'all, now you got my thoughts going. I definitely want to check that out. Hold on. You know me, we back, so I can share the screen now. Okay, you said 9th and U Street. Okay, here go 9th Street. Here go 9th Street right here. And this is U Street. So you saying up in this little area? Yeah, they got this little place called MK Lounge. I like MK Lounge. Also, right next door, there's this place called Sagrado or something like that. Me and Tip Tigers, we went here too. It's like a little speakeasy, like. But the only thing about this little street right here is like it's kind of tough. It's a little tough. Like a little tough looking. Like look, just look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to probably try to keep it clean. I don't wear chains like rappers. I wear polos and suits like Kevin Sanders. Will I still be able to get top-notch red bones and yellow bones in Houston? Yes, you just gotta go to the places that cater to that look. There's this place in Houston called Faces. I think it's still there. There's this place called Faces in Houston. I've seen every time I've gone there, I've seen people dressed up pretty nice. There's also this other place above the, what is that lounge? It's like some hall. I'm gonna look it up for you in a minute after this. But you can basically find you can find women who like assert like the tie look. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of women in Houston like the good old, they like the D-boy look. Let's just put it that way. A lot of women in Houston like dope boys, they like scammers, they like rappers, like that look. That little community right there. You know, they really be liking that. No cap. So if you don't look like you out here scamming, like you just got random money to blow because you done stole it or whatever you done did to get it, they don't care as long as you got it to have. But like then they not only do you got to have it, but they want to make sure you got to be spending it on them. That's just the culture, bro. Go to Clutch or Chapman and Kirby in Houston. Those places fire in Houston. Chapman and Kirby is nice. I've been there. Houston women love the fast life. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, I've told the story so many times, but basically, all the people who were attracted to like that fast life and who was getting money and had a career in the fast life type stuff, industries, back when COVID hit and everything got shut down, they all gravitated and migrated to Houston because we were the first place wide open. We only shut down full blown for about 14 days. After those 14 days was up, Houston opened back up with like a law where it was like, they said like restaurants could open back up to a certain capacity. I think they could be up to like 60% capacity than what is like actually set, you know, rated for their company or their restaurant. And then, so all the restaurants were popping back up. You can go eat at your favorite place or whatever and get some food. And as long as they're not, you know, they had, because what they would do is they would like mark like every other table you could sit at. So you couldn't, they had to keep that like 6 foot rule or whatever. So every other table you could sit at, and then standing room, people could open their restaurants back up. Yeah, it was crazy. Then all the restaurants start putting DJs in there. And it was like, bro, why am I at the Breakfast Club? why am I eating French toast and eggs and strawberries and it's somebody twerking and throwing, you know what I'm saying, throwing booty over my left shoulder and I'm trying to eat French toast right now. Cause y'all done got DJ whoever in here, got everybody so lit, like it feel like I'm in a club, but I'm at a restaurant. So then all the other the places that used to be clubs start trying to figure out a way to turn themselves into a restaurant in order to be back open. And they already had the DJ and stuff. So it was like all the restaurants became clubs and all the clubs became restaurants. And so like this new culture was born out of nowhere. People from Miami started hearing about, oh, all the clubs in Houston are still open. So all the dancers, all the promoters, all of the D-boys, all the people flocked over to Texas and they never left. And now it just kept growing. And of course the entertainment music industry came right on with it. Now it's like, it feels like, you know what Houston feels like? Hanging out in Houston feels like you're in the middle of one really big strip club. Like that's what Houston feel like. You in the middle of one really big strip club. And it's all around you. Cause the way the women dress, the way they look, the way they approach you, everything is just like, it's like you in the club. I don't like the Breakfast Club, too ghetto, and the lady outside organizing the lineup outside is ignorant. Bruh, she do be going ham, huh? What up, LaTroy? I'm back in DC, man. I'm back in my setup. I feel like I've been missing y'all because, like, I ain't really been able to reach out and touch the people, bro. Like, I've been trying to do this whole IRL thing with my phone. I went and got a new phone specifically to start doing IRL, a whole Android. I don't even like Android, but I went and got one because all the apps that work really well with doing like IRL stuff, everybody been having this phone. Like if you see any streamer out here that's using their phone, they're using like one of these phones. Because the iPhone, you can stream on the iPhone, but there's no apps that really cater to like having an overlay, like how I have the chat right here. It's so hard to get the chat on your phone if you don't have an Android. I just gotta master having really good internet. That's gonna be the next obstacle. That's what's up. Glad to see you back. Yeah, man, I want to tap in with y'all because it's a lot of stuff I missed. DC been tripping, y'all. DC has been tripping out here. They threw a whole birthday party for Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Got tanks rolling up and down the East Coast to celebrate. They call it, you know, they're celebrating the Army's 250th anniversary right now, but it's also low-key Donald Trump's birthday weekend, or was. So the way I stayed in tune, like I don't know if y'all noticed or if y'all ever used this app before, but the way I really be trying to stay in tune with what's going on, like with the most recent stuff, is I like to go to Threads. I don't know if you guys ever been to Threads. I don't know what they're saying right here. I'm just trying to. Let me organize, cause I want y'all to see with me, man. Man, why Threads look so big? Why it can't be smaller? Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, that's too small. Make sure y'all can see it. All right. So yeah, let's do some exploring and seeing what the freak been going on in DC, bro. Do the women in Houston cool with sharing you if you're into having multiple wives? No, it's only a select few type of women that act like they're okay with sharing, but in reality, most women in Houston don't want to share, man. It's only the very, very top elite, you know, less than 1% guys who have multiple women, and the women are okay with it. Those are the guys who like the athletes, millionaires, all that stuff. You know, and the only reason why I'm saying this is because I actually know some guys who are in that club, like people who got 100 million, you know, may either make or have made, you know, upwards of $150, $200 million, and they have multiple homes, 3 or 4 just in Houston, a couple scattered out throughout the United States, and a woman living in each home. You know, like those are the type of the guys who be having multiple women, you know, and then they be having babies with the women, and they all are sister wives, and they know, like, you know, that they're pregnant at the same time from the same guy because they be having to meet up during holidays. It's wild. Big Pimpin', what's up? You back home? Hope you enjoy yourself. Thanks for the Vegas videos. Felt like I was there too. Man, I was trying to bring y'all the energy, but honestly, I still couldn't show y'all everything because I was really frustrated with my internet. The internet with this whole IRL stuff it'd be the biggest obstacle. Like, it's so hard to get y'all clean, good footage that don't get interrupted. And then when I go back and look at my own stuff, I'll be deleting some of the videos because I'm like, bro, this stuff is like choppy, and you know, it is what it is. Anyways, let's catch up and see what the freak been going on in Washington, D.C. I'm gonna just type in Washington, D.C. This is how I be keeping up with stuff. Actually, not even Washington, D.C. DC really got this phrase called like DC Threads or something like that. Or no, DMV Threads. There we go. This is like one of the best ways to just see what's going on at any given time. To me, as an out-of-towner looking for the outside at DC, the city has no direction. It's all over the place. It is, well, no, it has direction. I've been learning things. I would have agreed with you if it wasn't for what I've been learning lately. I'm about to put y'all on. This is one of the ways to see what's going on in DC. So, like, I go to DMV Threads, type in DMV Threads, and then you go to like the recent right here, and you can pretty much just see what people got going on. Like, these are all the people right here in DC that are just, you know, tapping in. But I like to go to like the top though to see what the most popular stuff is. Now, I'm gonna warn y'all, before I start scrolling, it's gonna be probably a lot of baddies on here, because you know how the algorithm works. Once you like one photo of, you know, somebody fine, that's all the algorithm want to show you. So I'm gonna warn y'all ahead of time. It's probably gonna be number baddies that's gonna pop up. But I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy. Why is the same girl? It's the same 2 girls. I don't see anything like right now. when I was typing in what was going on in DC when I was in Vegas, all I kept seeing was some stuff about the tanks rolling through Lincoln, the Lincoln Memorial. Have you ever lived in Nashville? I've never lived in Nashville. I've been to Nashville. Was it Nashville? No, I was in Memphis. No, I drove through Nashville to go to this place called Gatlinburg on a camping trip I was going to. Any DMV creators interested in creators meetup. When was this posted? At Wine Bar this month, heavy on really networking. I really been feeling like there's not that many creatives in DC, but then when people post stuff like this, and then it be making me feel like, okay, maybe there are a lot of people in DC I can link up with and get creative. Because a lot of people have been saying people don't even stream out here. I'm like, bro, I've been streaming since January. You know what I'm saying? There's people out here. I may not be that big, but at least I'm out here trying. Sounds like fun. Yeah, me. So I guess somebody's putting together a link up. What is this? What is this? Nothing but the link up, a DMV's creatives meetup. So, okay, January. That's how I know I need to get some rest. June 28th, Oxon Hill, okay, so at the harbor. Okay. Wait, the Inner Harbor in Baltimore? Oxon Hill, where's Oxon Hill close to? Oxon Hill. I think I've seen that before. Isn't Oxon Hill like, oh yeah, Maryland. Oops. Now, why would I get rid of it? I'm just trying to zoom out. Oh, okay. It's like in a Anacostia looking area. Oxon Hill. I don't know if I want to go over there for a creatives link up. What up, Black Abdullah? I'm just trying to catch up. I'm trying to see what the heck been going on in DC since I've been gone. This seems pretty cool though. I might check it out. Let me hit like so I can, or can I save that? I'm gonna save this so I can come back to it. Reaction. I think they mean the National Harbor. That's what I'm thinking too. Either that or the Inner Harbor, but it seemed close to the National Harbor. Newish, the DMV still building my circle. Everybody be wanting friends. Like, that's one thing. Another thing I've noticed, people in DC really be struggling to make friends. I think I want to make this a little bit bigger because look kind of small. There we go. I think over the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, right next to the harbor. Is that like a nice little area? Playing a DJ live stream session like Apartment Life on YouTube here. R&B mixes and vibes. Would anyone be interested in pulling up to this? That kind of sound cool. Is that like, I've been seeing DJs on YouTube where like they'll be streaming and they'll have like their turntables like right here and they'll be like just playing music and it'll be only like 5 people in their house. But they'll be like DJing for like 2 or 3 hours. And then by the time they get, they're at the end of the set, it'd be a room full of people lit. That's like is that like a little thing? Have y'all seen those before? I want to go to a Pride event. Yeah, I forgot it was also Pride Week. It's so much going on that I missed this past weekend. Things that I'm glad I missed. Nothing to write home about, really anything. Anti-social, best way to describe DC, but it's all over North America. What is? Oh, Pride Week? I'm not gonna lie, DC be seeming like they got baddies, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't never see none of these girls outside. I lived in the DMV for almost a year, half now, I must admit. Okay, I don't know. I'm just trying to chap in real quick, because I just feel like I've been so far. I've been gone so long, like, it was only a week, but it felt like longer. I want to see what was going on with the, I'm going to say, Washington, D.C. parade? Is that what it was? The 250th parade? There we go. This wild right here. This remind me of like I'm watching North Korea. Am I tripping? This what y'all was on while I was gone? This right here. Y'all been dealing with this right here while I was gone? Who was at the parade? Bro, it looked empty, bro. Look how empty it looked. I don't see this. Is this the beginning? I heard the parade. I heard DC was a ghost town this weekend. I heard I wasn't the only person gone. It was a lot of baddies outside for Pride Week. Yeah, but you don't know if they, you know what I'm saying? You don't know which way they swing. Okay, so here's some pride stuff that happened. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Oh, is this DC? I think it is DC. That's lit. That is pretty lit. To have the whole flag, like one long flag, that's kind of cool. Is that DuPont Circle? Yeah, nobody really showed up. Dang. It looked like it's more people here at this parade than the soldiers and the little foot soldiers walking around from the different time periods. What else happened? So that was a day ago. Anyone want to see a parade? Oh, so they're talking about the parade, where to be. What was this? Breaking news, police just arrested a number of veterans, including an 80-year-old man who was protesting Trump's unnecessary military parade at the Capitol building.
In front of him. Put his hands in front of him.
Keep it going for foot.
Put his hands in front of him. Put his hands in front of him. Put his hands in front of him.
Hey, I mean, I feel like they brought a walker. I don't know. That's wild right there. Yeah, that's Logan. Oh, that was Logan Circle. Okay. I'm just trying to see. Man, this was a wild little weekend, bruh. They said 678,000 people actually showed up. I didn't see this. I ain't see. Oh, this for the. What is this for? It's official. 600,000 people were in Washington, D.C., including Donald and Melania Trump. But they talking about just the population in D.C. in general. These people it was not no 600,000 people at that freaking. This is cap. This is grade A capish. This is a capathon going on right now. Louisville, Kentucky had more people attend No King's protest than were at the Washington, D.C. pomp and circumstance parade. Hey, man. TV performance. Yeah, it was a lot going on, man. I'm glad I got it. Look at this. Look at this foolishness. What is going on? They were super exaggerating, but why we got a whole tank? This is exaggeration right here. What was the mindset of Donald Trump going into this weekend? Like, was he really thinking, man, I'm gonna have all America's gonna get pumped and be on my side when I show them all our old tanks from like 1970, 1962. We're gonna bring them out and put some red LED lights on and make them look real cool. Paint them, cause this is like newly painted. This is a newly painted tank. It don't look like it's been in no wars. That's funny. Oh, snap. This what it looked like when they was bringing them in? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If I would be sitting outside, yeah, like World War III, bro, if I was outside or living downtown, I could see this from my window, I would feel like we're going to war. Like, let's say you have no clue what's going on. Like, there's even about to be a parade that's going to happen this weekend because you don't keep up with, like, the news and stuff. If you saw this out your window, what would you think? That's wild, dog. What else happened this weekend? What, do I need to look something else I don't know about? What's this? This gotta be AI, because these planes moving too slow. That's crazy. I don't know, man. So yeah, I heard about the parades. I knew it was Pride weekend. Anything else? My weekend in Vegas was very hot. First of all, let me tell y'all, the shock factor that I just went through coming back from Vegas, where on average it was like 100 and like on average about 106 or hotter every day I was out there. And then I get off the plane and it's literally 66 degrees outside. It was like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck? What is going on out here? When is summer going to start in DC? It's gloomy outside every day. It's like rainy and cold. I had a sweater on today on the way to work. When is it going to warm up out here? I know summer hasn't technically started, but god dang. I don't know. I'm about to look it up. Your content in Houston was fire. Appreciate you, bro. Houston had a lot going on. When I lived in Houston, there was a lot of events all the time. I was also really plugged into the city because everybody used to book me to shoot their content and videos and stuff. So I was in a unique position to always film everything. I got a little burnt out though. Can't beat the Vegas heat. I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Yeah, Vegas heat crazy. But one thing I have noticed every time I leave somewhere and I go somewhere where it's warmer, because that's what I usually do, I have noticed that one of the main things killing the dating world here in DC is the fact that you don't really get to see how fine the women really are. You don't really get to, because they're always wearing layers and like covered a lot, you know, and wearing business suits and button downs and like, you know, like they dress, it seems like they dress so conservative when maybe they probably don't want to, but they have to because it's cold outside. They can't walk around showing too much skin and being cold. So as guys and us being visual creatures, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of affects you. I'm just saying. I've been watching some videos lately, and like I wish I could find one, but it's been a lot of women basically talking about how trash dating in DC is, or not just DC, just dating in general. And it just seems like the dating world is going under. This is a bit much, even for DC. Normally, it's much hotter by now. I don't understand. I haven't seen much of the content in DC yet, but I'm tuned in now. The content in DC is going to be a change. I'm going to just warn you now. Because when I moved out here in DC, DC don't party like that. Well, they do party, but I didn't know where the party really was. So what you'll see is over the course of the past year or so, like about a year and some change, I've been taking time out to try to find things find where there is things to do. But every now and then I just be like, you know what, F it, I'm just leaving DC and I go to another country or something like that, or a different city, and I have a good time for a while, and then I come back and I give DC a try for a couple more weeks, and I be like, no, I gotta go, get up out of here and take another trip. You ain't lying about that, Cannon. There is an abundance of videos on that topic. I know. Like I told y'all, hold up, let me go to this. I use Threads, man. If y'all haven't been using Threads, it's like a hidden tool that people don't realize they could use in order to be able to like really tap in organically in the city. So all I did just now was, as I'm talking to y'all, I don't know what I'm about to find, but I just typed in the search dating in DC. I just typed that in, and I'm looking at the top search results. Want to move out of... And here's the first one. I swear to God, I haven't read this. I don't know if y'all read or reading it as I'm speaking to y'all, but I did not plan this. All I did was type in dating in DC because it came up as an idea in my brain in Threads. And look, this is the top post. Want to move out of DC, but I have nowhere I would go. I need to go somewhere that's not too cold, somewhere where the dating scene is much better, but also a diverse city. Auntie is in her 30s, and being a black, hardworking woman in the DMV area has gotten her nowhere. This her. I'm telling y'all, the dating scene is horrible. And I don't know if this is like a promo video or thing, but like now I gotta check out the comments. Don't leave. I need to. Thought I had a new friend. We still need a link for drinks. That's crazy, bro. I didn't plan that. Let me just keep scrolling. One time I went to a party in BK with the person that lived in New Jersey and ran into a guy I used to date in DC. And the guy and the person I was dating were friends. How? Dating in DC. Oh my God. This girl right here, I see this girl all over Threads all the time. I'm gonna read this, but I don't know what it's about to say. Dating in DC is so hard. Let's go here. Dating in DC is so hard, but I'm not discouraged yet. I do find men here often want women to make the first move. Facts. That gets very tiring after a while. If I make the first move, you gotta meet me halfway. It's so much texting I can do. Call me, FaceTime me, or schedule a meeting. Something. In the past, I've initiated stuff, but again, like I said, meeting halfway is crucial. I'm childish. I either stopped talking or blocked. I'm good, love, enjoy. This is probably the cream of the crop of what dating is like here in DC. Everybody feel like they're the prize to the point where no one wants to put in any work or no one wants to put themselves out there and take a risk. But then again, you can't really blame them because dating nowadays is just super risky, especially for men. But it's super risky because it's like you have to take time out to invest a little bit in order to do date correctly. But why would you want to date? Why would you want to invest a little bit when times is crazy out here? Times is crazy. Like the economy ain't getting no better. We're on the brink of like World War III. How much do you charge to shoot content? I don't charge to shoot content anymore because I don't shoot content like I don't get hired to shoot content anymore. I don't really do it like that no more. I used to. Now I shoot content for the government, and it's much more lucrative. No one wants to be the bigger person to make the first move. Yeah. What are people saying in the comments? Dudes trying to shoot their shots. What's somebody? So many women here are unapproachable. Even when you speak it like they're either scared to. Even when you speak, they're either scared to speak or acting bothered. So it gets frustrating for men as well. I meet through family and friends, because cold approaches don't seem to work, at least for me. Do y'all see how this is some real stuff? DC going through it. This is why I be making videos about how trash the dating world is in DC. What hurt DC too is when lots of really good social clubs shut down. One really good spot was Hogate's. It was nice. It was a nice ding place that also doubled as a nice social club. It was a nice dining place that also doubled as a social club. It's called Hogate's. I've never heard of it. I mean, obviously, you said it got shut down, but I get it. This is 2024. Men aren't putting in effort anymore because other women are easily accessible. That's not true. Men aren't putting in effort anymore because y'all are not worth it. I was just gonna let that just simmer for a second. Hold on, let me take a bite of my food real quick. I'm gonna continue to read this paragraph in a second. Uh-oh. The pandemic changed the game and dating scene all over North America. Do we all just need to leave? Hold on. I got a sandwich sitting in front of me because I be getting hungry when I'm on the stream. Okay. A lot of men in DC area are far more superficial in my opinion. They seem to care more about the outer appearance than the inner. Ma'am, all men are visual creatures, okay? It's not that we're trying to be superficial, but in reality, we would be straight up lying to you if we said that we're not visual. Every man is visual first. We're wired that way. We can't change anything about that. And the women who can't take that or deal with that, it's probably because you don't feel like you can compete in the visual department. So if your hip to waist to breast ratio aren't up to their standards, they move on to the next one. They pretty much do. Not saying that you're just completely out the race, but you just probably won't be the first natural, quick, you want to be the quick person that we just automatically I want her. You know what I'm saying? You still can possibly, catch them with your personality a little bit if you're confident. I have met plenty of women who at first when you looked at them, you were like, she ain't all that, right? But she started making you laugh. She's witty. She got, a great sense of the way she dresses. Personality is on point. And a woman can win you over too. She don't gotta be super banging, but as long as you look okay, guys aren't as, if we're talking about the initial attraction, yeah, guys are gonna want girls, we gonna all say we want a woman who looks a certain way. That's just like when women are gonna say, oh, we want guys to be a certain height, a certain build. But in all reality, once you get to talking to someone and you get to know people, all that stuff don't really matter no more. You start to get to know somebody for who they really are, and they start to help you with things in life, and y'all just become really good friends and stuff. All that stuff don't really matter no more. It's plenty of women who only want to date dudes who are 6 foot and up, and they end up marrying a 5'4" dude and having 4 or 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? And please don't have an opinion. You're categorized as difficult, combative, and argumentative. I can see how she probably, feels like on that last statement, because sometimes people do be beating people up on social media just because they had an opinion. But as you guys can see, if I start throwing $1,000 in the air at a bar or lounge in Houston, will I get a lot of attention? You'll get all of the wrong attention. You will get all of the wrong attention, sir. Or ma'am. Let's see, your name's Mary Kay. You don't want that attention. You're going to get attention from women who want to get money out of you, right? So they're gonna pull up on you and only going to be around you because they're just trying to extract as much as they can. And then you're going to get attention from the jack boys or the dudes who are paying attention to the guys who are being done with money, and they're going to try to figure out where they can corner you when you leave and try to rob you. You're going to get a lot of negative attention. I would highly advise you not to be trying to be super flashy and throwing money around in Houston. It's not a safe thing to do. But yeah, man, the dating scene here in DC is trash. I don't see what people are saying recently, because some of those are getting old. I guess people ain't really saying too much. Oh, what's going on here? You got me falling in love. Gonna be home next week. It was like a little girl group in DC. These are all our recent stuff. But yeah, dating stress out here. Is DC more dangerous than Houston? It depends on where you at. You're gonna get gold digger energy. That's exactly what you're gonna get. You don't want to be. Let me tell you something. I've been around a lot of people who had money before I became. I've been around a lot of people who got money, right? And like a lot of money. People who have like almost infinite money. And they move a certain way. They don't really just be flashy like that. The dudes who be taking the money out and putting it all up their arm and stuff like that, that ain't the way to move. Unfortunately, Kim must realize this is this is just the way it is and not changing anytime soon. The bottom line is if a woman is very attractive, she wins most of the time. Have y'all ever seen that video of Ben Don talking about like how was it like the scale depends on like tricking and like how women who are 8 to 10s can ask for pretty much whatever they want, do whatever they want in the dating world, and anybody who's less than a 7 basically has to work hard to get attention, especially if you like a 1 to 5, you basically ain't getting no attention, you pretty much out of there. I mean, it kind of is true. Like, I know he was making jokes, but at the same time, he really was giving out real free game. Like, women, if you're not seen as like, you know, somewhere between an 8 to 10 when guys initially see you, like, women really kind of be out of there. And it's sad, but I kind of don't feel bad only because you can do something about your looks, man. Like, people can, you don't have to be ugly. You don't have to sit there and just take it and just be looked at as like a unattractive person. You can do things about that. I ain't gonna say, you know, you have to get surgery, but you can put it in work. We can't fix our faces. Well, I guess, nah, I'll take it back. Some people have drastically fixed their faces. I'm not gonna lie. But unless, you know, something really bad has happened to you when you were younger and it deformed you or something like that, and it wasn't your fault, you know, like, stuff like that is different. Or you're born with like a birth defect or something like that. That's the only thing where, but even those things to a certain extent, like, you can get surgery and plastic surgery is getting crazy good nowadays. I want to visit Houston. Houston is nice. Hold on, now y'all got me wanting to look up. I want to low key see if I can find have y'all seen the pictures of like what like what's her name? Lil' Kim used to look like before she got the surgery? Or her face? Hold on. Plastic surgery can take you a long way. Lil' Kim before and after surgery. Dang. Bruh. What's a good example? This can't be it. Oh my God, bro. No. That's horrible. How do I make this bigger? It's making it smaller. Wow. Wow. This is Lil' Kim before and after. Surgery can. There we go. I think this is a better one. That's crazy. But you know, there's cases where it worked out for people. Cause like Kim K. She don't look nothing like how she used to look. Her face got deformed. Yeah. But what I'm saying is you can make it work for you. Is this her too? Dang. Corey basketball game. Hope we can link up one day. Wait, the game on? Hold on, let me find out. Is it today? It's tied 2-2. Oh, it's today at 8:30. Oh, we're about to start in 6 minutes. A lot of women change their looks once they get money. Oh, I feel like all women change their looks when they get money. I'll speak for myself. I saw how your friend Ashley looked at that bowling alley, brother. I don't know how you do it. What you mean? In a bad way? I'm gonna show y'all Ashley Cash, man. I've been knowing Ashley for a long time. She's definitely a good friend of mine. That's all I can say. This is Ashley Cash. That was a video we made in the Bahamas right here, actually. I didn't even know she put it on her main page. This is Ashley. She's definitely a little fashionista. This is when we was in, what's this? Oh, Vegas. Not Vegas. We're in the Galleria Mall in France. She always been like a model slash, go-getter. I didn't know the game was about to be on today. Wait, did I lose the game? Where did I search for it at? Oh, it's not hard. Like, y'all have to always remember, looks ain't everything, and also too, like everyone can look good. Let me just say that everyone can look good. You know what I'm saying? If you put in hard work, you put in the effort, you put in, do what you want to do. Even if you decide to go surgery route or whatever, everyone can do what they got to do to enhance their DNA look the best that they can, right? But it doesn't mean that just because someone look good that they're like the perfect match for you for a relationship. I think that's like one of the reasons why people go left in the world is because they look at looks and they get caught up like, dang, like, this person, like, I'm gonna date this person just because they look good. She bad. Y'all can follow her. Feel free. Ashley Cash. That's her handle right here. Can I copy it? Actually, I think I could just put her Instagram right here. Can I? Why don't let me paste like that? That's so crazy. Feel free. That's the homie. Leave a comment on her pictures. Let her know you came from my channel so she can know. Cause she gets a lot of people hitting her up, but if she know that y'all came from me, she'll probably, actually respond or something like that or whatever. But that's my friend Ashley Cash. That's who I've been taking a lot of trips with. That's who I went to when I was in Vegas just recently. It was her daughter that's graduating from high school, and I had to come out there because I've been knowing her daughters since they were like way younger. Philly mother effing Visions, my boy. Every time. God dang. This is the thing, man. Philly knows how to support the creators because we really be out here. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I just got off a plane like this morning at like 5 o'clock this morning from Vegas. Went from the plane, I had maybe about an hour to put my stuff down and get ready to go to work. Went to work all day. Got off of work about, I guess you could say 3 hours ago now. And I planned this live and I was like, I could just call tonight and just be like, I link up with my people later on. But I've been missing y'all so much that I decided I want to really, I wanted to stream real quick and tap in with my people. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever y'all hit the thanks button or the heart and y'all send a super chat, it definitely does go a long way. It keeps me hella motivated because sometimes I feel like, it can feel like you're talking to a wall when you're on this side of the camera, and not, the person holding the phone or the iPad or on the computer or laptop, whatever you guys are watching this, maybe even on TV, and it can feel like, dang, like, do they even really rock with me? Like, should I even keep doing this all the time? But my goal is I want to stay consistent because I know there isn't a lot of representation of people in our like age demographic, if that makes sense, that's doing these streams, that's streaming like this, you know. And even when I go to like YouTube, I don't see too many people streaming on YouTube for our age demographic that I feel like represents the type of stuff that we care about or want to talk about the type of stuff we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because like with y'all, we could talk about whatever. We could lightly touch on politics. We could talk about dating. We could talk about traveling. I know y'all care about stuff like that. That's why I talk about it. Because I care about it. Y'all my people. Now, I also respect the younger generations like the Casanats and the ISO Speeds and whoever else is in like that, the younger generation. A lot of them are going hard for their generation, and they're really making big waves and big splashes on like platforms like Twitch and stuff like that. And I plan on continuing to grow, and I'll grow my presence there as well. But I know where my people at. You know what I'm saying? Us, the millennials, I think the Gen Xers, was it X? I think Generation X, y'all came before millennials, or was it Z? No, Z is after us. But definitely I know my people we came up with YouTube, we came up with Instagram, and we came up with Facebook. Those are like our three like pillars of like social media for us. So trying to get y'all to come over to Twitch I know it's super hard work, but I know for the longevity of what I plan on doing on this platform or these platforms and what I want to do, the heights I want to get to, I know that I'm gonna have to have a presence there too, but at the same time, I feel like I can grow here. I really, to be honest with y'all, I'm really kind of a fan of this streamer. I'm sure most y'all have heard his name is ISO Speed. I'm a fan not because like he does like crazy outrageous stuff, but I'm a fan because I like how he doesn't have to be on Twitch in order to have a really dope fan base. He's here on YouTube. And I see him stream all the time to like, 50, 60,000 people at a time here on YouTube. I know it has a lot to do with like him getting in trouble when he was younger. He got like banned permanently off of Twitch because he was doing some crazy stuff. But as he matured, he calmed down and he stayed on YouTube. And I feel like I just like to see I like to see what he's doing with the platform. Plus, I feel like Twitch is still going through growing pains, and a lot of people are flocking to Twitch right now because it's much harder to monetize yourself on YouTube, and so they're going to Twitch because it's easier to get monetized faster. But I think that if people had the ability to monetize themselves faster on YouTube, there would be just as many people on YouTube streaming as there are on Twitch. That's just my 2 cents. I know I just kind of like ran on for a second, but that's why I do what I do. And like I said, stuff like the super chats really go a long way, even if it's $1. Whatever y'all be sending, it really is dope. And I've been trying to calculate, as it grows, like what can I do and apply like the super chat money to the correct places. Kenan, Ashley's account is private. What? Y'all gonna make me call her. Oh, wait. She's probably still at work. I'm going to text her. Hey, everybody on my live stream. Live stream says your account on Instagram is private. They're trying to follow you. Let's see what she says. Maybe I just gotta follow. Or maybe I can get her to approve y'all so y'all can go to see her account. But she's dope. Ashley, she didn't do a lot of things like in the entertainment industry. She's about as deep off in the entertainment industry as I am too. That's really where we connected, is we met in the entertainment industry. Thanks for subbing, Sire. Appreciate you, my boy. Me and Ashley met in the entertainment industry. She was a model. I was a photographer. I was also kind of on a road just getting started with YouTube. She said they have to send a request. I'll accept it. That's what she just said. Oh, y'all probably can't see. Y'all can only see my text. Switched it to private a while back. So she's accepting y'all requests. Let me pin this. Her Instagram. Okay, bet. I just told them. Whoa. Siri trying to get me in trouble. Siri said, okay, babe. I just told him. Okay, bet. Siri, you tripping. You tripping, Siri. Oh, man. So, hold up. The game about to start. Oh, the game just started. Let me see. Can we? You know what? I don't know if I can do this. Y'all met in Houston? No, we met in Vegas. We met in Vegas in 2019. Yes. At the beginning of 2019, we met. And it was under some crazy circumstances. I had got in a situation where, long story short, I got stranded in Vegas. And when I had nowhere to go, and I had already met Ashley earlier that week because we did a photo shoot together for a brand, and I just knew she had a car and she was in the city, and I was like, hey, I know we just met. And it was like, mind you, I called her at like midnight in Vegas, stranded, and I was like, I know we just met, but if you could just give me a ride to the airport, because I didn't have no money. I don't even think Uber was popular then. No, I had Uber. There was Uber in 2019, but I didn't have the money for Uber. But the goal was, I was like, if I could just make it to the airport, because I was getting ready to Google how long it take to walk. But if I could get it to the airport, I was like, I could stay there long enough until somebody in my family can help send me some money and help me get home. Long story short, that's all I was trying to do. When I tell you this girl pulled up with the quickness, she pulled up in like 5 minutes. I think we were still on the phone when she pulled up, and I was telling her my situation. She had my back, bro. She had my back. Pulled up. She didn't have to take me to the airport. She let me stay with her. I got to meet her family. Like, they took me in. They really just, when I tell you, they took care of me and made sure I was good. And ever since from that moment on, she's always been that type of person in my life. And this is when I ain't have nothing. This is when I'm just trying to figure it out in life. I had just got out the military. I was trying to figure out who I am, not as a soldier, but who I am as a civilian, as a person. And she was there throughout that whole entire struggle. Had my back. That's why when people be telling me it's crazy that I'm like, I cater to her, or crazy that, me and her take trips and stuff like that. I'm like, man, y'all have no clue. This woman did a lot of stuff for me. She had my back for over a year until I started to finally get on my feet. It took me a while. And I'm talking about would cook for me if I ain't, even if I ain't had no money to eat and all that or put in on the meal. So she forever gonna be the homie for so. For sure. I wanted to see. Yeah, she's dope. Ashley's one of them type of people who her looks can be deceiving, if that makes sense. Y'all looking at this page right now and y'all are thinking, man, she's so fine, she a baddie, she this and she that. But honestly, the Ashley I know is so humble, she's so nice and sweet. She portrays the bad girl, the baddie image when she's doing modeling and stuff. But the real Ashley is a freaking sweetheart and will give you the shirt off her back if you need it. And it's rare to find people like that. And you know what I'm saying? So when you find people like that, you don't let them go. You don't let them go. It just so happens that in our case, it made sense for us to be really good friends. And we been rocking ever since. She cool as heck. All right, let me get off my soapbox. Drama box with Ashley. I'm trying to see low key. How do I know there's ways to take a peek at the game. You feel me? I know there's ways to check out the game. Betty looks with a great personality. She sounds legit to me. She is legit. She's definitely legit. Wait, is there a game today? We just saw the, Oh, okay, here we go. Think I found it. That's a great friend for life. You were a strange man and she took you in like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I always go back and ask her, I was like, are you like, I can't believe, like I still look back and I'd be like, how did you know it would be okay to like have my back like that? All I was asking for was a ride to the airport. And she was just like, no, I could just tell you was a good person. Like I know the difference between a good person and somebody who, you know, out here trying to do some crazy stuff. Dang, I'm trying to open up this goddamn, here it go. Game just started. I know. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. Don't worry about it. Now I don't know if this gonna low key. I'm gonna just leave it on mute. I'm gonna just leave it on mute. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I got a feeling, you know what I'm saying, the net might catch it. You can check out low key, check out the game together. I don't know who I'm going for low key. It's series tied up, right? Yeah, 2-2. Game just started. They still, you know what I'm saying? They still zeros up, right? Zeroed up don't even make no sense. The fact that y'all know what I'm talking about is even crazier. I don't want to play the music because I know it's going to trigger the... Oh! That was going to trigger the thing. I'm be real with y'all. If y'all don't know about this site right here, I don't want to say his name out loud, but you see where my mouse at. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna tap back in. I don't wanna 449. Oh, so mine's delayed. Okay. Mine's delayed. Got you. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the series. Which has any one of the teams seemed like they're gonna really do more? Oh my God. That was nasty. It is 4-4. I'm be honest with y'all, I don't know if I want Pacers to win. I really want to see OKC get a championship. And it's mainly because I remember watching Westbrook, Harden, and Durant play, and they never got that ring. They kept making it to the finals, you know, and they just never could just push past Golden State and get the ring. But they was a cold team. The way that boy just flicked the basketball back into the rim like that is crazy. All right, y'all. How long I've been talking? I've been talking about 1 hour and 14 minutes. Yeah, series tied 2-2. I know. It's crazy. Hold on. Let me give y'all a peek again because I don't want them to start seeing my stuff. So right now it's, from what I see on my end, is 7-5. I'm pretty sure it's it. I ain't gonna lie. I do want to see Oklahoma win. That's my personal opinion. I don't know how we done went from. Vegas to dating in DC to Ashley Cash and now the game. All right, y'all. Look, The game is on. I just wanted to tap in with y'all. I don't want to, say what's up to my people. But I know the game on. I'm about to watch the game, as you guys can see. I can't stomach the Pacers winning the title. I know. I really don't want them to win either. And I don't even I have no real reason other than the fact that I just want to see Oklahoma finally win a championship. Okay. I'm about to watch the game. I'm about to put it on my TV. I'm going to holler at y'all. Oh, man, this is a good game. Yeah, I'm going to holler at y'all. I'm going to see you guys later on in either the next video or the next stream. And we're going to keep it pushing. I'm back in D.C., though. I'm back in D.C. You guys might see me walking down the street or something like that. Who knows? But I got videos that's about to start dropping. I'm watching this game. All right, y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all. Eat my sandwich and watch the game. Peace.
It's that shit to make them all go dummy. Now I got bread, they all want something from me. Showing like pros, man, I told them that it's money. And I own my own bars, just like it's always sunny. Ugh, thought she said something to me. We were never friends, told them I am not your buddy. Now they all call, I got some buzz like honey. Then they check the Spotify and they looking at me funny. I don't blame you, dog, that's how this shit goes. Same two paths, we just pick different roads. Glue on the safe, I just stuck to the code. Now they tell me that I'm driven, bro, I already drove. This that shit to make them all go dummy. Now I got bread, they all want something from me. Showing like pros, man, I told them that it's money. And I own my own bars, just like it's always sunny. Ugh.